Facing removal from office, a New Mexico district attorney is finally showing some signs of compromise. The state defunded Bernadine Martin's office earlier this year after complaints from the McKinley County community and police about the DA repeatedly letting criminals off the hook. It's a situation KRQE investigative reporter Ann Peretz been following for months. Tonight, she shares what Martin has agreed to and the impact local law enforcement hopes it'll have on the county's safety.
The process to remove Bernadine Martin is still playing out in the New Mexico Supreme Court, but for now, she is accepting help, not only with McKinley County's current criminal caseload, but also with dozens of old cases we brought to light that her office never prosecuted. It's an image lawmakers and the governor hoped to see July 1st. 4 months later, the San Juan County District Attorney is now truly in charge of his neighboring DA's purse strings.
She ran out of options.
Martin's stalled this move, saying the decision to hand over control of her funding to DA Jack Fortner was illegal. She filed a lawsuit, asked for emergency funds, even used her own salary to keep the office afloat.
So that her employees wouldn't be without jobs or without pay, she was basically had no option but to sign the memorandum of understanding so that we could come in and pay her employees, work with her employees, work with law enforcement, and see that cases get prosecuted here in McKinley County.
With Fortner comes 5 assistant prosecutors. Martin hasn't had any since at least January. Instead, she hired expensive contract attorneys. That, how Martin treats her employees, plus law enforcement's complaints that she doesn't work with them, caught lawmakers and the governor's attention earlier this year. They defunded Martin's office over countless concerns about criminals not being held accountable.
Well, I can tell the community that we're on it. With the help of you, Ann, finding out about some of those cases, they're no longer going to be just sitting on someone's desk.
Cases like the one against this accused rapist.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody that scared. Yeah, she was freaking out.
Which Martin says she dismissed because she knew him.
Get on the ground now!
And this one against a suspected murderer whose case Martin dropped for a conflict of interest she can't explain. On top of that, KRQE Investigates also uncovered dozens of felony cases: rapes, child abuse, kidnapping, vehicular homicide. The DA decided not to prosecute.
Where are those suspects?
They're roaming around our community, I would assume.
This has gotta make you nervous.
It does, and I think it makes the community upset as well. We already have a hard enough time keeping people in jail.
Sheriff James Mariano says some cases date back to 2021 when DA Martin took office, but she never informed his investigators she declined to prosecute or dismissed their cases.
And the reason that our office works with the DA's office is because we can still work back and forth if follow-up interviews need to be done, if additional evidence needs to be searched for, if we need to hire experts. All of that comes from the relationship between the law enforcement agency and the district attorney. We've been lacking that.
But the day Fortner was allowed in, the sheriff says they immediately started talking.
So I actually think this is a breath of fresh air for our staff, because as we work through these, we'll start seeing these get pushed back into court again, and hopefully we'll get some resolution for our community and for the victims that were involved in these cases.
The priority? Getting cases nearing the statute of limitations through the courts first. So the Attorney General's office is taking on a number of cases too. The catch? DA Martin still has to agree to hand them over.
Well, we're on speaking terms, but let's just say she's not real cooperative and she's not really happy with the situation.
We're exhausted. We're exhausted doing this over and over and over again, or even just trying to work with the AG. They have a busy load too, and to be taking 30 plus cases from McKinley County has got to be a burden.
It could be 10 times that amount by the time we're done. At this point, we have no way of knowing exactly how many cases are sitting in that office that are still viable, that can and should be prosecuted by a member of this agency.
Attorney General Raul Torres is concerned about closed cases too, accusing DA Martin of agreeing to illegal plea deals.
We have concerns about people who would be subject, for example, to mandatory sex offender registration, who have had, as a part of the plea negotiation, a guarantee that they wouldn't have to register.
All of these accusations are part of the petition he filed in August, asking the state Supreme Court to remove Martin from office. Whatever the outcome, the AG expects it'll take years to get the county's judicial system back on track.
It's going to be difficult. There are probably going to be some hard and painful conversations with victims, quite frankly, that we may not be able to save their cases.
In McKinley County, Ann Perrette, KRQE investigates.
The state Supreme Court was scheduled to hear arguments on DA Bernadine Martin's removal next month, but after Martin requested more time, the court moved her trial to March. The Attorney General is asking anyone with concerns about a case in McKinley County to call the NMDOJ to be connected with a victim support specialist.